Good morning, everyone. This is Kendall Askins from Stimulated Minds. Askins Stimulates over on Instagram. Please be sure to like, follow, subscribe to all of our channels so that you can continue to get some of this content. Today, I wanted to talk to you guys about putting down the ego. Putting down the ego. And I think our ego is something that obviously invisible, right? We don't see it, but we can feel it, right? And the ego is, I guess, used to protect or to, I guess, in some ways give confidence, right? It's our ego, it's how we view ourselves. It's how we feel when others are sharing with us. And one of the things I notice that stunts our growth is when our ego is up in the front as we receive feedback or as we hear about areas that we can do better. And I know for me personally, sometimes, when you hear about, when you try so hard and you're doing your best and you show up at your best all the time, and then you hear that, there's something that you still need to improve on, something to do better, it can be very easy to slip into a state of wanting to focus only on what you do well. And I have been guilty of that as well, right? It's like, I don't want to hear about the things I'm not doing well. Like, give me recognition and acknowledgement of what I am doing well. And when I actually had to sit with myself, I realized that that's my ego, right? I don't want my ego to be bruised. I am sitting there and wanting that ego to be fed by only wanting to hear the things that I do well. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with hearing what I don't do well. But usually I need to hear what I'm doing well, and then, I can handle what I don't. And that's something that I have to work on, right? That's an area of growth that I need to, continue to explore and make sure that I'm building, because it's not always necessary to hear what you do well. You know what you do well, and others know what you do well. But if you're growing and wanting to be even better, you have to make sure that you can handle what you're not doing well. And you have to be able to recognize the difference when someone is giving you something feedback to give you the feedback versus if someone's trying to tear you down, right? And as we've spoken about before, there's always lessons to be learned. So when you know that your ego is in play is when somebody gives you feedback and it doesn't attack your character, right? Maybe they're not calling you out your name, they're not being disrespectful, but you still flare up, right? You still feel the need to defend or to explain why you did something. That is when you know you need to put your ego down. Now, if someone is being disrespectful to you, if someone is calling out your name, if someone is attacking your character, right? Those are different things, and you have the right always to say to somebody that's not appropriate, or you won't tolerate certain type of behavior, and that's okay. But when we come and we're talking about our ego, it is putting in frame what somebody's actually sharing. And I've had people, even people that are not my biggest fans, that have given me feedback that has allowed me to grow in a certain space without being disrespectful, without crossing boundaries. So in those times, despite how they might feel about me, I had to be able to recognize that there was truth in maybe what they were sharing with me. And I have to be able to accept it. So I want that for you guys. I want you to be in a space where you really can grow and you can be the best version of yourself. And the only way to do that is making sure that you are putting your ego down, that you are understanding that there are times that you're not perfect, right? And that is okay. We know that. But being able to sort through where you can grow and where you can do better is always a really good thing. So put your ego down. Let's hear about some examples from you guys where you may have had to put your ego down in order to elevate to the next level. Or maybe you haven't. Maybe this gave you something to think about. If you're in that space, maybe you drop a comment around what you are going to begin to do differently at this point in time. So let's hear from it, and I'll see you guys back here next Wednesday for more fun. Bye.